Last week, under the lights in Phoenix, controversy.
It's like playing God. I mean, they can almost dictate the race instead of the drivers doing it.
And more controversy.
Gordon ties Earnhardt for career wins in Nextel Cup racing.
Was it respect or disrespect? It depends on who you ask. And today's fans will surely have an opinion.
Talladega, baby! Whoa, I've got trouble out there.
And look how many cars pile in.
They're rubbing everything they got. Watch out for the big one.
Fox Sports, glad to have you with us from Talladega, Alabama. On a day when a legend is remembered, someone will make his own mark at NASCAR's longest track. Defending champ Jimmy Johnson is ready to roll. Jeff Gordon, the points leader, the pole sitter, flirting with history. Tony Stewart, twisting in controversy. Dale Earnhardt Jr., a five-time winner here, hopes to win on what could have been his father's birthday. A week ago, 92,000 fans showed up for Alabama spring football. We'll have nearly double that today for NASCAR on Fox. It is sunny and in the 80s, and we welcome you inside the Hollywood Hotel, along with Darrell Welch, Jeff Hammond. I'm Chris Myers. Thanks for being with us. You guys ready to rock and roll?
Follow me, line up.
All right. Hey, this track is scary. In the Busch race yesterday, Kyle Busch just was flipping and rolling. He survived okay. Apparently, even his Hans device was cracked. We've had races where 27 cars, more than half the field have been involved. So, Darrell, are they afraid of this track?
I think there is a fear factor here. I think if you've never scared yourself here, then you haven't been racing very hard. When you race hard, you scare yourself.
Well, I'm going to tell you right quick, this place is dangerous. I don't care what you say. You see what happened to Kyle Busch yesterday. It's got evil out there. When you make a mistake, you pay for it. And even during the driver's meet, I talked to some guys, and they actually said, hey, I'm scared because of the fact a couple of these guys are kind of running recklessly right now.
Survival at high speed. It's been a tumultuous week. Tony Stewart called NASCAR pro wrestling. Then Jeff Gordon called Tony the Rosie O'Donnell of NASCAR. When Stewart finished second in last week's Phoenix race, he was angered by the caution flags for what he considered to be questionable debris on the track. After the race, the two-time champ didn't talk to the media, so he was fined $10,000 and then put on probation until the end of the year. So he got in trouble for not talking. And then on Tuesday night on his radio show, he was talking, and he stirred up some trouble.
They can almost dictate the race at that point instead of the drivers doing it.
When Tony arrived here in Alabama, he wasn't allowed to unload his car until he met with NASCAR. The officials explained the situation to him, and they cleared things up. A humble Tony Stewart apologized. And let's talk about what he said, Darrell. Does NASCAR, because whether you like how he said it or who he said it to first, there's some issue there. Should NASCAR try and do something about the caution flags for debris that sometimes people don't see?
Chris, listen, every sport has, they question officiating. Why do we have instant replays? Why do you say, well, why are you a fan in the stand? You say, I didn't see that. Why? I don't see how they could have called that. That's not unusual.
All right. Let's welcome Tony. And Tony, let me ask you, thanks first of all for joining us, getting ready to run in the race. Even after the meeting and apology, do you still believe that NASCAR throws caution flags for reasons other than actual debris?
I honestly don't believe so. I mean, the group of officials I met with at 6 o'clock on Friday morning are a group of officials. I mean, I respect all the officials, but, you know, obviously we're around each other 120 days a year, and you gain a lot of respect. And you know the guys you can trust, and you know the guys that you don't trust. And the group of 3 or 4 individuals that I met with on Friday morning, I really have a lot of respect for. And, you know, when they tell me that it's not done that way, I believe them. I mean, I believe them until they give me a reason to not believe it. So, you know, I firmly believe believe, by talking to them that, after 58 years, if they ever compromised the integrity of the sport, it never would have got to this point in the first place. So sometimes, even though we think and I would think we see it one way, I'm not sure that it actually is.
All right, Tony, you can't walk with that microphone and talk with us. Millions are listening. No, so thanks, because Darrell wanted to jump in with a question. So go ahead and walk if you have to, but we'll be talking to you, and the camera will follow you.
Hey, Smoke, DW, what were you more upset about Saturday night? The caution flag or getting passed by your nemesis, Jeff Gordon?
No, I was actually more disappointed with the cautions than anything. I mean, I was really happy with the way we ran the other day. We had an awesome rebound race from Texas, so I was excited about it. I mean, we had a great battle with Jeff there, and something that him and I are both trying to do is win at every track that we've been to. So being able to see him get a race win at Phoenix finally was a pretty good day for us.
Now, Tony, like I told you before, man, stay with us because I want to know about yesterday. I mean, tell us about finishing second with your teammate Bobby Labonte and how great a race that really was.
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, it was so fun to sit there, and we really weren't that good, but I mean, we really were good at the end of the race with Bobby. As soon as he got to us in turn 2, he pushed us all the way around for a lap and 3/4 to the lead there, and then at the end drove by us. But it's probably the most excited I've ever been to run second in my life.
Well, what about something else you talked about this week? It's got to be special, too. What about Eldora, the announcement you made there?
We are really excited. The Nextel Prelude to the Dream that we do, we had a big announcement that HBO's coming on board and Old Spice is supporting it. Nextel's still a sponsor of it, but it's been a huge event for us.
Turns around. Here's what's around the turn. You get in a weird mood when you come to Talladega. We'll address that. Later, Dale Earnhardt Jr. tells us why Roger Clemens reminds him of his dad. Juan Pablo Montoya, not afraid to trade paint, even when he's away from the track.
What? Where's Myers? Where's Myers? It's your day to keep up with it. Where's
Studied
Myers?
over a paintball battle with Montoya and his crew. Jeff Gordon tying his racing idol. Earnhardt Sr. Can he pass him today in the House of the Intimidator? Plus an unrestricted Dega-style gas and go with our guys. And we'll take a spin on the new surface here in Drive and Ride to give you a better feel for what's going on. This is how we roll. NASCAR on Fox.
Third place, Matt Kenseth. Got to give a lot of credit to Matt Kenseth. Big win for Matt Kenseth and Ford.
All right, through 8 races, Gordon is the points leader. Kenseth, the only Ford driver to win a race. Denny Hamlin is 5th. Last year, he was 18th at this time. Tony Raines from Hall of Fame Racing, the top single-car race team, up to 21st. Troy Aikman, we know he's watching from his biggest state in Texas. Coming up, we'll talk to Jeff Gordon, Jimmy's teammate. We'll also hear from Dale Earnhardt Jr. We're glad to have you watching from Alabama. NASCAR on Fox. NASCAR on Fox is sponsored by Stanley. Make something great. And by Domino's Double Zero Deal, the official pizza of NASCAR. Every year since his passing in 2001, Dale Earnhardt, remembered by fans everywhere. Thousands gathering at the DEI headquarters in Mooresville as they are today. For the first time, Earnhardt's birthday, falling on the same day as the Talladega race, a race in which the Intimidator in his black 3-car became the Dominator. Even in this rough and tumble sport, there are moments of grace and class. When Jeff Gordon tied Dale Earnhardt for 6th on the all-time victory list with 76 wins, Jeff made it as much about the driver of the 3-car as he did about himself. Unlike the universal applause for home run king Mark McGwire when he embraced Roger Maris's family, Gordon's reception with some struck out.
Jeff Gordon finally ties Dale Earnhardt.
Gordon, I got a special flag for you at the start-finish line if you want it, bud. Come and get it.
As Jeff Gordon salutes Dale Earnhardt.
Hey, man. Thank you. Hey, that was really cool. Hey, that's an honor. Holding that free flag, certainly.
For several months, and which my dad would get a real kick out of that.
Let's check in on the track. Jeff Gordon is with our Dick Berggren.
And Jeff Gordon has a terrific chance to win the race today. He has led more laps at Talladega than any other driver in today's event. A four-time winner starts on the pole, but on Earnhardt's birthday, everybody's thinking about Dale Earnhardt. What did he teach you about racing here?
Well, obviously, I've been thinking about him a lot here lately with everything that happened at Phoenix last week, paying tribute to him. But, you know, I think all of these competitors out here today learned something from Dale here, and I know I certainly learned a lot, and I'm going to try to apply it today. You know, drafting's changed a little bit with the bump draft these days, but, you know, he just taught you how to really watch and pay attention to everything going on around you, and he really knew how to use the air, whether it be side drafting or use the car behind you to push you forward. And you know, sometimes you'd see him make a pass all by himself or come from 18th all the way to the front. You say, there's no way, you know, it had to be the car, and it wasn't. You know, he was just that good. And so hopefully I can apply some of those things, and you know, when it's the heat of the moment, it's hard to pull it all off. But we got a great starting position with the DuPont Chevrolet, and going to give everything we have today.
Something else Earnhardt had here at Talladega. Good luck, and we wish you good luck.
All right, thanks, Dick. Now, of course, the Earnhardt name, I mean, it's royalty, but the fans, even Dale Earnhardt Jr. said, you know, don't throw things at Jeff Gordon. They made an announcement here in Talladega that shows some class, and we've seen that here before, and obviously they're unhappy. But in terms of that tribute, Jeff, you talked to drivers, people in the sport in the garage. What was their reaction to people that took the tribute, the free flag, the wrong way?
Well, first and foremost, let's talk about people throwing things. I mean, that's dangerous right there for race car drivers, first thing. And the second thing is, everybody in the garage here thought it was a great tribute to a great legend.
And how would you rank, Dale? You raced against both Gordon and Earnhardt. If you're talking all-time greats, where would you put them?
Well, they're two totally different styles of racing. Dale was very aggressive. Jeff's a little bit more methodical, but I'm a numbers guy. I look at the statistics, and Jeff Gordon is going to break all the records. We knew that from day one. He was going to break my records. He can't break Richard's 200, but he is a great driver, maybe the greatest of all time. 4 championships and counting for Jeff Gordon. Nice to see Darrell on that list as well. Juan Pablo Montoya apologetic after being fined and put on probation until the end of the year for making an obscene gesture that was caught on television at Phoenix. In this is rookie season in NASCAR, Montoya has shown to be intense no matter what he's doing.
So, Pablo, you want to challenge us to a paintball match? It's 8 of y'all, 4 of us. You need to get some more people. You need to get some more people, baby. I see you on the field.
All right, guys, Team Fox, nicknames for everybody.
All right.
Hair Trigger Hammond. I like Mad Dog Matt.
Copy.
Bullseye Berggren.
Me.
And you got my nickname?
Yeah. Misfire Myers.
I'm going to get us the extra large paintballs. I figure the bigger weapons we have, the better. It'll give us an advantage.
Goofball, those are not.
There's one of that race horses. That long top 7.
Evan, I don't think we have to worry about the enemy. In fact, Montoya looks way off in the distance. What happened there?
You're done. All right, Alex, you and I, it's one. Antonio, let's get him.
Where is he? Good, Hammond. We got him. Montoya gets pointed with the draw. He starts from row 12 today. You can see the intensity already. Hey, Talladega Days, our Ricky Bobby is Ricky Rudd and Bobby Labonte. Let's have some fun here. NASCAR on Fox. Counting it down to the start of the race at Talladega. You're watching NASCAR on Fox. And hard to believe with all the drivers from different states that there is no driver from the state of Alabama. All right, so no car of tomorrow. Restrictor plates are on, Jeff.
Yeah, definitely on. The thing is right now, Chris, you got to be careful. There's going to be some guys going from the front to the back to the front. It's going to be wild.
They'll travel in packs. Makes for a lot of passing. We had 63 the last race here. Let's head down to the track.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats. As the U.S. Army Team Redstone Color Guard, Redstone Arsenal, Alabama, presents our nation's colors. We will also pause for a moment of silence for the victims of Virginia Tech and our loved ones lost this year, Benny Parsons and Bobby Hamilton. Please remain standing as Mike Alexander of Alabama Raceway Ministries offers our invocation.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this great gathering here, Heavenly Father, for the race fans. Praise you for the weather. Praise you for who you are and what you do. Draw us all closer to you, Heavenly Father, and we ask your protection of each and every person that is here, Heavenly Father. Praise and honor to your name, Lord. Amen.
Now to perform today's national anthem, please welcome CMA Horizon Award winner, ACM's Best New Artist, and four-time Grammy nominee, Universal South recording artist, Joe Nichols.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, land of the free and the home of the
A sunny day, highs could hit the upper 80s. The second restrictor plate race of the year. Kevin Harvick won the first one at Daytona. We're counting it down to the start of the race here on Fox. 160,000 fans gathering here in Talladega for racing located between Atlanta and Birmingham. And for the last 3 weeks, Domino's has asked consumers to vote on their favorite pizza and paint scheme, Brooklyn-style pizza or Philly cheesesteak pizza. Brooklyn voted in as the fan favorite, so David Ruderman will be running the 00 Domino's Brooklyn-style Toyota in today's race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. getting ready to roll on his dad's birthday. Junior's won 5 times at this track, but in the last 4, he has not finished better than 15th, so he hopes for a photo finish. Here's our version of photo finish back in the day.
And our driver contestant today, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Do you like game shows?
Yeah.
Here's a photo of you. How old are you there?
Well, I was probably 23, probably 20 pounds lighter. I was having a blast, though. Those were good on these.
How fast did a car like that go?
Mine went a little bit slower than most.
Here's a place where you see a lot of red, too, and fans are always up and hollering out in front.
Yeah, Talladega especially, we got a lot of fans in Alabama, and they love Earnhardt's down there.
One of your pals?
Yeah.
Like hanging out, who said?
That's my dog, Killer. He's a
Killer,
2-year-old boxer. Yeah.
What made you pick Killer?
Well, my dad had a dog with the same coat years ago when I was about 6 or 7 years old, and when I saw him, I was like, that's the first thing I thought of. It looks like Killer. So.
All right, we all have celebrity crushes. Is that one of yours?
Sure.
Okay. Now, here's a guy you admire. He seems like he's getting better with age.
Yeah, Roger Clemens. I admire him because he sort of resembles my father in the baseball world. He's sort of that guy. But
yeah, kind of has a charisma about him, right? That he just walks
he's a
out
cowboy,
there.
Yeah, he's tough, and nobody really is going to go up against him. You know what I'm saying?
So Dale Earnhardt Jr. hoping to snap his own photo shot at the finish line. This is a race with the drafting where you got to find a draft partner to work with. Is it always a teammate?
Not always a teammate, because sometimes you see Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Stewart, they get hooked up, they like racing together, but you've all
It's Vegas, baby.
Love it when it's forward, love it when it's fast, love it when the leaders call, back is moving fast. Love it when they make lots and lots of noise. Can't wait to hear the WC.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Viva Las Vegas, boys, go racing!
Oh yeah!
This is home track for the two Busch brothers.
Oh, there goes Jim.
That could have been disastrous.
That's the hardest I've ever hit.
Carl Edwards will go to victory lane.
Way to go, Carl.
Love it when it's forward, love it when it's fast, love it when the leaders call, back is moving fast. Love it when they make lots and lots of noise. Can't wait to hear the WC.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
Let's go racing, boys.
Kansas trying to be the first driver to win the first 3 in a row.
NASCAR on Fox. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We're north of the famed strip, and it's hot and happening. Beautiful weather, temperature in the 70s and no rain in the forecast. 140,000 fans expected, and you have a great view as well. More than 6 decades of racing. There have been 2,845 drivers in NASCAR, but today, only one can make history. Who will provide the greatest challenge for Matt Kenseth? Our Hollywood Hotel and Casino, located trackside. It's where America gathers every weekend for racing. We're glad you're with the gang, Chris Myers, and we're all here excited the Vegas effect has hit a little too hard. Darrell Waltrip, Jeff Hammond. Hey, I thought there was only one king in NASCAR.
You're riding with him, baby.
And welcome to the Heartbreak Hotel.
The Heartbreak Hotel. Yeah. All right, table for one. All right, a couple of storylines we're watching. Matt Kenseth here in Vegas. He's raced here 9 times. He's finished, completed 99.9% of his laps. Can Matt Kenseth do it? No driver in history has won the first 3 races. He's won here twice before. Carl Edwards won here last year. He'll start 16th as he tries to win a pair of Vegas races. And Jimmy Johnson, his troubles at Daytona and Fontana and the last trip here, but he did win 3 in a row in Vegas from 05 to 07. Miles we've seen for the first 2 races this year. Now you look like yourself.
Yeah, now we're out of costume. Or maybe we're in costume.
You're in costume. They have not left the building. We were hoping you would with Elvis. We kid. We care. Yeah. Hey, the engines, have they straightened the problem out here? I know you were down in the garage snooping around.
Unfortunately, we don't know yet, Chris. I mean, really, this is one of those kind of lingering situations right now that Toyota has. Kyle Busch already blew an engine for Joe Gibbs, but they didn't change the engine in the 2 Gibbs cars. But everybody else who has a Toyota, Darrell, they changed engines.
Yeah, they got something going on in the camshaft area.
Drivers trying to figure out the Matt Kenseth start. He hasn't dominated, but he has won, Darrell. But what about this track and trying to get used to what's happening here?
Well, you know, they reconfigured the track, so it's got a lot more banking in ahead. This is the second year we raced here. This year it's even different. We got a longer race by 18 laps. They've got a new tire here this year that's giving the cars a lot of grip. So we got a fast track, we got new tires, we got a race that's a little bit longer. I don't think anybody has any real history as to how this race is going to go down today.
All right.
Strategy, my friend. It's going to all come down to strategy.
Yeah, definitely strategy.
All right.
What is it?
Well, we'll figure it out. Let's bring in the guys along with Darrell. We'll call the race today. Larry McReynolds, Mike Joy, and gentlemen, Kyle Busch, because of those problems going back. But how long do you think he's going to stay back there and be able to work his way up front?
Oh, for about 2 hands, about a New York minute. We know Kyle Busch is fast. We know Matt Kenseth is capable of winning this race. And because of what happened to Kyle, they're both going to start out back and work their way to the front, as you said. But here you make a lot of your own luck, and strategies involved, Larry, when it comes to pit road. The strategy and the game plan for these 2 drivers couldn't be more different.
Well, even though Kyle Busch has to go to the rear of the field, he still gets all the accolades that goes along with sitting on the pole. He gets that last pit position, leaving pit road. So all that team has to do when they finish their pit stop is move just a little bit ahead. They win the battle off pit road. The other end of the spectrum, though, the second pit box coming in, that's where Matt Kenseth had to pick because of qualifying 40th, because you pick your pits by how you qualify. But that's not unusual for the 17 team. I talked to them this morning, and they told me, Larry, we know we have to make a difference on pit road. If you go back to last week's race at Auto Club Speedway, they made a difference. But I think the one thing, Matt Kenseth is used to starting back there. He knows you have to be patient. Like Darrell told me yesterday, you can't use the 2 words Kyle Busch and patience in the same sentence. That could be the key right there.
He'll need a little patience today working his way to the front, Chris, but I got a feeling both those drivers are going to get there and before too long.
All right, of course, second straight race. The guy who won the pole isn't starting on the pole, and no pole sitter has ever won this race in Las Vegas. But how about a guy like Matt Kenseth? He's comfortable coming from back of the pack, right?
Oh, yeah, he could set a record, another record today by starting the furthest in the field. He starts 40th, so he could break another record today by coming from the furthest in the field.
No problem for him.
All right, a lot of history on the line in Vegas. So last week, Kyle Busch made history, winning 2 of NASCAR's National Touring Series races on the same day, but he finished 3rd. we welcome the driver of the 18 M&M's car, Kyle, with us live down on the track. And thanks, Kyle, for your time. Hey, do you have a strategy here, working your way through the pack on this particular track?
Well, I think the strategy is just going to be to try to pass one by one if possible, get up through there somehow, some way, and end up getting towards the front and trying to be there at the end, lead that last lap.
Hey, Kyle, it's DW. I've talked to a former teammate of yours this week, and he had some pretty interesting things to say about you. Listen to what Jeff Gordon had to say.
I only wish that I could measure my talent up against his. His talent is beyond anything I've ever seen. On his days with that he's out front and that car's right, there's nobody going to catch him.
That's pretty high praise from a four-time Sprint Cup champion. What do you got to say about that?
It is very high praise, and especially coming from Jeff, who's been one of my heroes. I mean, it means a lot. So, listening to the piece that they had on NASCAR Race Day on Speed today with Ray Evernham, Ray Evernham told Jeff Gordon after winning the '97 Daytona 500 that he was the best racing driving talent that he's ever seen. So, to have Ray Evernham tell Jeff, to have Jeff say that about me, it goes in circles, but it means a lot. It's cool.
The thing is, right now, Kyle, yesterday during the nationwide race, it looked to me like this racetrack is really, really treacherous
look like
and
I had
tricky.
very much talent yesterday, did it?
I'm talking about the racetrack itself. I mean, can we expect that from the track here today? I mean, it looks like it's such a fine line right now.
Well, it is, and I think that's just those cars. It's this tire for this car on those cars, and it's just not made right for those cars. So I think that's the main reason for it. These cars are heavier, so they throw the car into the ground more. They're on the bump stops, so they're harsher on the tires already. With the rear steer that you've got to put in them, they're harsher on the right rear tires. So that's why they've had to make this tire last, is for the COT. And being that the car now weighs 3,500 pounds instead of the nationwide car 3,400 pounds, the forces are different and everything's always different. So, that tire is just a lot looser. And the cars on new tires, on full of fuel with the rear weight that they have, they're just really hard to drive. And so today I don't foresee you seeing those issues. I think the cars and everything will be okay today. I don't think that the air will mean as much, back in the pack. It definitely out front. I mean, we see it every week that the guys first, second, third, fourth, they'll really haul the mail out front. But, back in traffic, it'll sort of be the same for everybody.
All right, Kyle, finally and quickly, home track, Vegas, when you get behind the wheel, does it matter at all, or is it just another race out there?
To me, it's just another race. I mean, we'd love to win this thing. It's probably as big as the Coca-Cola 600 to me. I mean, the Daytona 500 is the first one, the Brickyard 400 second, Coca-Cola 600 would be third, so, the Vegas race would be put right with that.
All right, thanks for your time. Good luck today.
All right, guys, appreciate it.
We'll watch him in the 18 M&M's car.
Good luck, Kyle. Yep,
yeah,
have a good one.
He gives a good little strategy map out. We'll be watching, and we have 4 pit bosses to help us cover pit road.
I'll ask a 3-time champion who has won 3 in a row at Vegas what his chances are to win today.
Roush Fenway Racing has taken home 6 of the last 11 big money paydays here in Las Vegas. A year ago it was Carl Edwards. I'll talk to the Roush-Katir about his chances for a repeat.
Thanks very much. Here's what's coming up around the turn and down the strip. After taking Daytona and Fontana, Matt Kenseth, the story. He's letting it ride in Vegas. Can he make NASCAR history today? We'll listen to what Matt has to say about that and also get insight from Jeff and Darrell. Last year, Vegas was a site for one of the worst crashes Jeff Gordon ever had, maybe his worst. Darrell will sit down with Jeff to talk about that hit and some misses. And Vegas native Kurt Busch, brother of Kyle, takes some of his buddies driving, his little bro, along for a go-kart race. And we'll do a sound check with the number 2, who's rocking in the 3 spot in points. Plus, Jeff Hollywood Hammond, Casey Sugarcane, and David Rocky Rudiman. They take some laps around the ring, octagon. With tough guys, they do ultimate fighting. Plus, answers always come the hard way on Gas and Go. What's happening in Vegas keeps happening in Vegas. You can put your chips on us. This is NASCAR on Fox. NASCAR Sprint Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by McDonald's.
By Claritin Allergy Products, live Claritin Clear. By FedEx Racing, we understand every day is race day. And by Sprint, get NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile only from Sprint, only on the Now Network. Snow hitting Pennsylvania, D.C., the Carolinas, even Georgia, but this is the -5 bar at the Mandalay Bay Hotel, maybe the coolest place on the Strip here in Vegas. They had a little NASCAR on Fox logo made out of ice. The temperature, they keep it at -5 degrees Celsius.
-5, Chris. Could that perhaps be your IQ?
All right. I'll do the jokes. You worry about gear ratio. All right. Today,
freezing me to death.
Today we'll see if the legend of Drew Blickensderfer continues to grow. The 32-year-old in his first year as a Sprint Cup crew chief, and I know it's early, but he's a perfect 2 for 2. And remember, his driver Matt Kenseth didn't win a race at all last year. And the winning word in last year's National Spelling Bee was Gurdon, G-U-E-R-D-O-N, and it means a reward. That's about as hard to spell as Blickensderfer.
Here we are in the Dion Garage area trying to figure out the mystique around this new crew chief who could make history, this Drew Blickensderfer. And when you want the answers to something, the best place to go is into the garage. They're the guys who really know what's going on. With Greg Zipadelli, how about this, what's his name, Derfer or whatever, the crew chief that's won the first 2 races?
I feel good there's somebody else in here. Everybody has a problem with spelling their last name or pronouncing it.
I've known Drew for quite a while. I mean, I remember when he worked at DEI and he was a tire changer over there. So, you know, it's a lot of fun to get to see those guys, you know, come up through the ranks and earn the respect, and they deserve what they get.
This Drew
See, that's the first way I massacred it was Blickensderfer.
That's right, and your response?
It's Blickensderfer.
You want to give it a shot?
Yeah.
All right.
W-I-N-N-E-R.
There you go. That's the easy way out.
That's the easy way out, isn't it?
All right, so far nobody's been able to spell Blickensderfer. Before we wrap this up, I just want to see if we'll take one more shot at this. Excuse me, sir. Could you spell, Blickensderfer?
Hey, Chris, just call me Drew.
Well, he is that did spell winner.
You know what? I read Matt Kenseth. He's not a pushy guy on the racetrack, but he pushed Jack Roush to get Drew to be his crew chief, and that he had a lot of. He felt like he and Drew had a lot in common.
I think the key thing right now is what this guy's brought to the table, guys, has to be the motivation of this team overall. I'm talking about from the pit crew. He's got his driver fired up. I believe he's got everybody right now thinking that they're invincible, and so far they have been.
And I don't know how to spell his name, but here's a word he needs to look up: H-U-B-R-I-S.
Not humorous. But Jack Roush did say we needed a coach kind of guy, and it freed up Chip Bolin to spend more time getting the car ready. So the team thing has worked really well. All right, Bill Richards, our producer. Where would we talking Carl Edwards now? Is that what we're going to do? Okay. All right. If anybody can stop Matt Kenseth or his crew chief, Carl Edwards can. Carl won last year's Vegas race, even though it failed a post-race inspection. He was docked the championships, but he has won 16 times, and win number 17 would deny his Roush Fenway teammate in the 17 car, Matt Kenseth, his 3rd straight victory.
Will it be another backflip day in Las Vegas? Carl Edwards coming for the lead. Carl wins. Flying by. Carl Edwards will go to victory lane.
2 in a row. Way to go, Carl.
And the odds makers had Carl Edwards as one of the co-favorites for today's race, but a work in progress trying to search out that field you've been looking for. Do you feel like you made the big gain you needed for today?
I hope so. I don't know if it's a good sign or a bad sign, but last night I called Bob Osborne about 10:30, and he didn't answer the phone. He was already asleep, so he wasn't up all night working on it, and he must have some confidence then. You know, his Aflac Fusion was fast enough, but it would kind of fall off, and we couldn't run the same speed some of these guys could yesterday. But you know, the track changes a lot. It changed a lot yesterday, and you know, hopefully that falls into our laps, I guess. And you know, it's a really great place to race at, and it's even better to win. So hopefully we can do it.
And this Roush Couture went to victory lane last year looking for the repeat. He'll roll off 16th. Dick?
Well, Jimmy Johnson had won 3 in a row here at the Las Vegas Speedway until last year. We're not going to talk about that. That was kind of ugly, but you start on the pole today. What you got for us?
I think we've got a good race car. You know, last week we were competitive and things kind of slipped from us, but we have a good idea what went on and used these practice sessions to find some new stuff and you know, really work with the balance of our car without having any testing. And we did a great job yesterday, and I'm hopeful that, you know, today is a good day for this Lowe's Cobalt Tools in Paula.
All right, we wish.
Checkered flag.
Celebrate the good times.
2 for 2.
That 17 car will be a player.
Well, this past year, his beloved Green Bay Packers started off the year 2-0, but they couldn't win 3 in a row. So what about you, Matt? Can you win 3 in a row with this car today?
I seriously doubt it, but we'll see. Hopefully they've fixed it up since yesterday. So Friday wasn't very good for us, obviously. We were our qualifying effort. And yesterday we just couldn't get to do anything that we wanted to do. So Drew and Chip, you know, worked on it hard last night and made a bunch of changes. Hopefully it'll be better.
All right, I don't know. We're in Vegas. That might be a poker face. Will we call his bluff? We'll soon find out.
All right, thanks, Krista. So we heard from some of the top names. So, you know, Jimmy Johnson's won 3 out of the last 4, but last year was his worst finish here. He was 29th. Who do you like today?
Well, first of all, I like Carl Edwards.
Okay.
I'm taking Carl. But Jimmy Johnson and Chad, they got something to prove. They left here last year out of this place. They were embarrassed. Okay. Probably the worst I'd ever seen them run. I think they even went in the garage and worked on the car once. I'm not sure. But they had a terrible race, and they're going to make up for it today if they can.
Well, I'm just going to write down what you said, taking Carl, because remember the other week he took Carl, he took Jimmy, he took Jeff.
He was just sorting
He just
through.
kind of went through everybody.
Sure he's got everybody was a different make.
Yeah.
Dodge,
He was
Chevrolet,
covering Ford.
Toyota,
Fords have won the most here.
I know they have, and right now I'd have to say I like the Fords because of that reason. I'm a little bit concerned about what the Toyotas can do, and so that's the reason why I'm not really going to think about a guy like maybe Kyle Busch, who would normally be fast here. But who I'm looking at is a guy who won yesterday. I think Greg Biffle is right on the edge, just like everybody else at Roush Fenway. I think he's got a great opportunity here today to kind of upset everything because of what he did yesterday.
Yeah, Matt Kenseth with 438 laps led in Las Vegas, more than any other driver. It seems like every week we pick guys, and it's never him, and yet he keeps winning.
Well, here's an interesting thing. You got the 18 car on the pole. They're going to start from the rear, but they got the #1 pit stall.
Okay.
You go all
That's
the way
right.
to the other end. Matt Kenseth's got the 42nd pit stall. It's going to be interesting to see how the Killer Bees work in the pits today. That could be the difference.
Let's see. I said early on in the show, strategy would come into play,
Right.
and that may wind up being the difference right there is how all these guys work it out in the end.
What are the odds we're going to have
can work it.
some pit problems? Gambling legal in Vegas, just about everything else is too, but the odds posted Saturday at the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Sportsbook, and fans can legally wager on the driver they like, and Jimmy Johnson, at least on Saturday, was the favorite, followed by Matt Kenseth, hoping to make history. And you see some of the guys you heard from: Carl Edwards, Kyle Busch,
Greg Biffle, 10-1.
So yeah, Biff, who did very well. We have some other. We can go back to that odds board. It's amazing in Vegas. You can bet on everything here, including look. They posted, for example, things like Jeff Hammond when he misspelled Fox. You could bet on that. How many Digger? There's an over/under on Digger mentions. I think we're under that right now. And the number of wait a minute, about Dick Berggren's age. Dick is, he's the editor of Speedway Illustrated. He was the original editor of Chariots Illustrated.
Chariots Fire.
We kid. He's. Just a moment. We're
live here in Las Vegas. NASCAR on Fox. People getting here any way they can. 140,000 expected for the Shelby 427. 130,000 hotel rooms, they say, in Vegas. So that means people don't have a place to go. They can show up at the racetrack and watch their favorite drivers. And we here at the Hollywood Hotel, along with you, can help fight breast cancer. Join us at Fox Sports and Susan G. Komen for the Cure to help raise critically needed funds for research and treatment. For more information, visit Komen. It's Komen, Komen.org.
You know, Chris, I had a lady come up to me behind the grandstand yesterday in tears and wanted to thank all the people at Fox Sports for supporting the Susan G. Komen Breast Fund, because she was a survivor of breast cancer, and she was just grateful for all the hard work that we're putting out.
It's nice to see people rally, and you may have seen the public service announcement that some of the drivers helped out, and if you haven't, watch for it Tuesday. You'll see it during American Idol. All right, Jeff Gordon, a four-time NASCAR champ. He's won here in Vegas before, but it's been 43 races since he hit the jackpot in victory lane. That's the longest winless streak of his career. And at age 37 years old, Jeff, he seems to be settling into fatherhood and maybe, Darrell, becoming, I don't know, an elder statesman sort of the sport?
Oh, yeah, you know, he does have a presence about him I think he hadn't had before. He's very calm, cool, and he's working really hard, and he wants to help his team win some races this year, unlike last year.
I mean, you and I didn't get to race, wheel to wheel a lot, other than the time I crashed.
I was just passing 24 car on the outside. It's just a shame when young people don't have enough respect for the people that are racing.
Don't go there. That was when you. That was in your rookie year.
I thought I'd bring it up before you did.
No, I wasn't going to mention it. And I don't mean to bring any negative, but we didn't win a race last year. Right. As somebody that's had the success, I bet you never thought you'd go through a year and wouldn't at least win one race.
Shoot, I'm more shocked that I've ever won one. I mean, I never take it for granted. Last year was a tough year for me, for us as a team, for me and my family. I mean, it's just pulling in so many different directions. And I feel like this year, things are just seem to be lining up. And it's only 2 races in, but man, does it feel good.
Great run last week. What was up with that? Where'd that come from?
I told you before the race started, that we were going to be good. I feel the best that I felt getting in and out of the race car than I have in a long time. It's not like I'm,
I was going to say,
training for an Olympics.
Is there a reason you feel better?
Yeah, no, and I've always known that. I've been lazy. I have been, but I don't want my team out there working as hard as they do, and us have the opportunity that we have at Hendrick. To go away because I'm not putting in the effort.